The importance of self-love is no secret these days, but finding practical steps to improve your self-love and your connection with yourself can be a bit difficult. That's why I'm giving you 3 tips that you can use today to improve your connection with yourself. So go ahead and grab your pen and your journal so you can take notes, and be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to have some additional resources for you. The first thing that you can do is really begin to engage with your passions, interests, and hobbies. This is going to give you something satisfying and fulfilling to do to, spend time with yourself and to fill up your time. It can add to your personal development journey if you have certain goals that you're really interested in and you want to make progress in that area of your life. As well as sometimes, we go through negative situations, contrasting situations. Say you're having an issue in a close relationship. This is going to give you something productive and joyful that you can do to take your mind off of your stressful or negative experiences. To get really specific on how you want to do this, the first thing is to identify your passions, interests, and hobbies. And you can do this in a variety of ways. The first thing that you can do is just think of things that you're already interested in, think of things that you already enjoy and like to do, and then begin to do more of that. The second thing that you can do is to think about things that you are interested in or things that you have heard about but you've never actually tried before. Maybe you feel like it's a little bit out of your comfort zone. This is going to just provide you a little bit more adventure and excitement. Sometimes that freshness and that newness can draw you in and really make you want to engage with this activity. And then what you really want to do is find time and carve out time to really engage in these. What you can also do is think about resources in your community, clubs, classes, courses, things that are gonna get you out of your regular day-to-day and put you in this area, in this place of engaging in your passions, interests, and hobbies, something that you weren't doing before. The second thing that you can do is really begin to generate satisfying goals and of course take action on those goals. This is going to give you something positive and beneficial that you can do to spend time with yourself that's also going to increase the well-being in your life, get you from point A to point B, especially if you're trying to make some type of dramatic self-transformation or you're on your journey of personal development or self-improvement. It can also help you really decrease your stress. So the important thing is to make sure that these goals are satisfying. In other areas of life or other places where you're working on yourself, you may want to push yourself into doing things that are maybe not as satisfying. But for this, if you have goals that are satisfying, it's going to increase the chances that you're actually going to stick with taking those actions. In order to begin generating these goals, some things that you can think about. What are some positive and negative experiences that you're currently going through? For the positive experiences, this can help you say, okay, I want to have more of this in my life, or I want to advance in this area of my life, or I want to sharpen these skills. For the negative experiences, you can take those and you can ask yourself, okay, what is this actually teaching me, or what is this showing me that I really want or that I really need in my life? So from both of those, you'll get a sense of where do I want to be, and that's important to understand so that you can be targeted, but you also want to know where am I at currently. That way, it will lead you to the final question: what new skills, abilities, or knowledge do I need to begin going towards that goal or to begin accomplishing that goal? So for number 1, identifying your passions, interests, and hobbies and really beginning to engage with those. And number 2, generating those satisfying goals and taking actionable steps to get there. Both of these are different units in my Learning Myself workshop series. So if either of those, or perhaps both of those, really sound interesting to you, then you may want to go ahead and check that series out. It contains more than 5 hours worth of content, including a fillable workbook that has different self-exploration exercises and journaling activities. And all of this helps you really to learn how to prioritize yourself and take actionable steps every day to strengthen and deepen your connection with yourself. It also helps you to identify your stressors and come up with a self-care routine that directly addresses those stressors. So I'm going to include the link to that in the description box below, but let's go ahead and move on to number 3. And the third thing that you can do is to dismantle self-limiting beliefs. What you believe about yourself, others, or the world around you really influences your actions, your behaviors, your decisions, what opportunities you take and don't take. So if you think about where you want to be in life and you're finding that your beliefs about yourself, others, or the world around you don't exactly line up with that, then you may want to do some work in this area. A few ways to identify your self-limiting beliefs. First, you can just think about what are some of the typical negative I am statements that you say to yourself, especially when you're in a negative situation or when you're frustrated or you're angry. Those things tend to come out. So you could keep a journal and begin to write those down. You can also think about your insecurities or things that other people do to trigger you and really dive deeper into that and say, what is it about me that is allowing that person or that situation to bother me? What is it that I think about me or myself or this situation? And the last thing that you can do is try to catch yourself daydreaming. Sometimes you'll find that you're imagining these fantasy scenarios. Perhaps you're having a shower conversation with yourself or reliving a past memory of something, negative that happened or an argument that you got in with someone. You can get some information from there as well. But from all of these, what you really want to do is write those negative self-limiting beliefs down and make sure that you try to get them in the exact way that you say them. I did say to stick around to the end because I was going to have some additional resources and exercises for you. I've already sprinkled a few throughout this video so that you can begin taking those actionable steps to deepen your connection with yourself. But if you were especially interested in working in your area number 3 of dismantling those self-limiting beliefs, I have a 6-step activity that will help you do just that, but you do need the exact phrase or the exact belief that you want to turn around. So once you have done the activities from that area of this video, I'm going to include the link to that free exercise in the description box below. I also have 2 additional resources for you. Once again, the Learning Myself workshop series, which helps you to prioritize yourself and to create a self-care routine to really nourish yourself. I'll put that in the description box, as well as I have an entire masterclass series on how to identify and transform your self-limiting beliefs, and all of those come with companion workbooks as well. If you have enjoyed this content and the information, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos.